Hi, this is Canadian folk singer Jesse Ferguson, and I'm bringing you today another video in my tutorial series on how to play popular folk songs, Celtic songs, etc., especially on guitar. Today's topic is Come Out Ye Black and Tans, which is a very popular Irish rebel song written by Dominic Behan sometime in the 70s. So this one uses a very basic strum pattern and simple chords, so you should be able to pick it up no problem. I will put the lyrics and the chords that I use anyway in the description of the video, so you can follow along with those. I also have a full-length video where I play the song from start to finish here on YouTube, so you can follow along with that to practice the entire song if you like. You can practice along with me. I'll put a link to that. So, what is this thing on the end of my guitar? Well, if you're new to guitars, you might not know what this is. It's called a capo. Why do I have that on the neck of my guitar? Well, I started playing this song in the key of A minor, excuse me, and I found that I wanted to play it a little bit higher. So you could play it in B flat minor if you wanted to with bar chords, but it's a lot easier. Just put a capo on there and you can keep playing the same chord progressions, chord patterns that you were playing before. So this is A minor, but technically if you had the capo there, I mean it would be B flat minor. So you can do that on and on up the neck to suit your vocal range. Or to accommodate whoever might be playing a lead instrument along with you. So while I'm describing this, I'm just going to talk about them as though I wasn't using a capo. So it's A minor, G, E minor, back to A minor, hold that A minor one more time, then C or C major, whatever you want to call it, back to G, E minor, A minor, G, A minor. So again, that's going to be in the comment or the description of the video, so you don't have to bother writing that down or anything like that. You can just cut and paste my version. So that's the progression. It's the same thing for the verse and the chorus. There's no change throughout the entire song. Now, one little embellishment I do, which you don't have to do if you don't want to, is whenever I go from G to E minor, I do what they call a walk down, which means you're walking your fingers down the string basically. So G. So it's all done on the low E string with your middle finger and your pointer finger. So it's a really simple walk down used in a lot of styles of music and so on. So it's just a bit more interesting than going from G to E minor, which you could equally do. So that's the those are the chords and the little walk down embellishment. What's the strum pattern? Well, you'll see that if you've followed any of my other tutorials, you'll see that it's a very basic one that's used in a lot of styles of music. Once you learn it, you'll be able to pick up many different kinds of songs, especially in the folk tradition. So it involves knowing what a bass note is, and a bass note on a chord is basically, well, I don't know in terms of technical terms, but every chord has one, and it's a bassy note that sort of leads the rest of the chord. I sort of think of it as the note that's in charge of the chord. If that's helpful to you, then great. If not, then disregard it. So for A minor, the bass note is on the A string, the second one from the top. It is, after all, an A minor chord, right? So A is the bass note there. For G, it's on the E string at third position. For E minor, it's open. For C, it's also on the A string, but on third position. So in other words, sometimes it's actually part of the chord that you're pressing down, the fingering. Sometimes it's above it. So as with the A minor. But every chord has one, and the strum pattern that I use for most folk music involves hitting that first and then strumming the rest. So it's down on the bass note, then down on the remainder, but it's not all in one go. It's down on the bass note first, pause, down, up, bass note, down, up, bass note, down, up, bass note, down, up, bass note, down, up. So once you get that, you've got basically, you're made in the shade for a lot of folk songs and rock and roll songs, even country music and so on. It's a very common strum pattern. there it is at full speed. And you can slow it down for more somber songs. Or you speed it up for fast songs. I was born on a Dublin street where the royal drums do beat, and the loving English feet they tramped all over us. And each and every night when me dad would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours outside with this chorus. Come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your arms how you won medals down in Flanders. Show how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes in Kilashandra. Now, whenever I go between verses, so you finish a chorus and then you go to the next verse, I usually just put an A minor, E minor, A minor, just as a little fill. So if you had somebody playing lead on fiddle or whatever, they would do that over that part. So, invite the neighbours outside with this chorus. So that's the progression. If you have any questions about how to play it, feel free to put them in the comments section. I prefer if you leave out any political statements in the comments section. It's not really the place for it. If you have strong feelings about the IRA or the Black and Tans or that whole long-standing feud, that's not really my interest in having those kind of offensive comments put there. So please keep it just about the song. And if you want to put political comments, you can put them on your own video. Thank you very much. So stay tuned for other songs in the series. Feel free to put a request down for other songs you'd like to see. Otherwise, I'm going to go through my videos in terms of their popularity. So the most popular songs will get tutorials first. So thanks for listening. You can check out my website, www.jessefergusonmusic.com. And thanks for listening. Happy strumming.